welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, hello, my name is Mika. Thank you so much for stopping in. Heart to heart, signs that you have weak boundaries. We all should have boundaries. Boundaries protect us from getting our hearts broken, from being naive or misled even. But if your boundaries are weak, or even if they're just not there at all, you are at risk of constantly going through the cycle of hurt and being taken advantage of and mistreated and not getting what you really want out of life. Because your boundaries are for you. Your boundaries are set up within yourself so that you can get the things that your heart desires. No one outside of yourself knows what you want or what you need. This is why your boundaries are important. Just like when you're raising children, you give your kids boundaries. You let them know what they can and cannot do. You set time limits. You set rules and regulations. That's all it is. You need to do the same thing for yourself. Because if you don't have that, somebody else will do it for you. And if that happens to you, it is not a good space to be in, because it's never going to benefit you. Because you know what? They have boundaries. They have boundaries, and they know exactly what they want, what they will allow, what they need in order to feel happy and to feel like they have something going on for themselves. And that should be you. Instead, if your person is waving in the wind and you don't have boundaries and you allow other people to come along and set those boundaries, you're like a tissue for all the broken people who need someone weak to give them what they want and fill them up, but they're not going to do the same thing to you. That's all that is. So here are a few signs that are, in my opinion, signs that your boundaries are weak. If you're in an argument or disagreement with somebody and you always find yourself being a person that apologizes or that feels guilty and feels bad for speaking your mind or for not agreeing with the other person, your boundaries are probably weak. If you're the type of person that if someone stops talking to you, if someone's trying to ghost you, or someone shows you and tells you that they don't want to be with you, or they don't care about you, they don't respect you, if you're the kind of person that's running behind them, begging and pleading because you need them to love you, you need them to show you that they care even a little bit, even giving you breadcrumbs is more than enough for you, you're happy and content with that, your boundaries are weak. If you're the person that always makes excuses for someone's mistakes, just so that you can continue to have them in your life, you can continue to love them, you can continue to have that person close to you, your boundaries are weak. And another thing, if you're the type of person who has to constantly ask other people if you're right or if you're wrong for speaking your mind or for how you feel, your boundaries are weak. And I can say this because all the things that I just mentioned are all the things that I've struggled with or I am currently struggling with. And yes, your girl's in therapy. So with that, I'm learning boundaries. And in the end, the reason that you're not happy and the reason that you don't feel whole, you don't feel like you trust yourself is because your boundaries are weak. There's a lot more scenarios, a lot more examples that I could give, but I'm just going to speak on a few. We don't want the video to be too long, and we know already, we get the point. If you're just not standing up for yourself, you don't have good boundaries. And like I said, if you don't have good boundaries, you can't love yourself, because if you are showing up in a way that you are being a doormat to anybody, if you are being a people pleaser, if you are telling yourself no just so you can tell somebody else yes, even if that no that you're telling yourself is something that you don't really want to do or it's not going to make you happy, then you're having weak boundaries and it's not going to turn out good for you. I don't care how good of a person you are. I don't care how much you give of yourself to somebody else. If your boundaries are weak, no one's going to see that. They're not going to see it that way. And in most cases, most people will get annoyed with you because they're like, you're not standing up for yourself. You're too easy. You know, you're the kind of person that's the yes person, or you're the person that does not have trust in themselves, and you need me to show you what you should and should not trust. But I'm not really doing that. I have full advantage to take advantage of you. And that makes people run away. That makes people feel like you're just too weak. And I know that sounds harsh, but your girl's already been through it lots of times. I've had failed relationships because of the same thing, weak boundaries, letting other people speak and tell me what to do, and letting other people judge and feeling some type of way because of their opinions of me. Not saying that, yes, I want to do this, or no, I don't want to do that, because I want to please the other person. And that made the person be like, you know what? And now I'm good because you're too weak. Like, you're a people pleaser, and it just doesn't feel good to be with somebody like that. And it hurt in those times when I was left, or when the relationship started to go downhill because of that. But I'm thankful for that happened, because that pushed me into therapy, for one. For two, it opened my eyes to see, like, being a nice person, being a nice girl, it's not where it's at. That's not what people are looking for. They're looking for genuine people. And you're not genuine if you have no boundaries. But that's just my opinions. I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to tear you down at all. Like I said, your girl is in the same boat. We are trying to get to shore together. But I'm just saying that be cautious of that. Pay attention to yourself and see, are you really sticking up for yourself? Are you really doing things that you want to do because you want to do it? Are you really, telling people no when you don't want to do something, or when you don't like something, if they're talking to you some kind of way you don't appreciate? Are you telling them that? Or are you just brushing it under the rug, hurting in silence, getting angry in silence, but still going along with the show? What are you doing? Think about that. If that is you, you got some work to do. Boundaries. Boundaries, my loves. Boundaries. But you let me know what you think. Drop your comment in the comments box below. As I asked, per usual, be polite and courteous, because someone like myself is reading your messages. And we are not here to read no negative things. We're here to get healing and to have growth and to find that there are other people just like us and we don't have to feel alone. Or you can send me an email. Let me know what your thoughts are. You can leave me a testimony you'd like for me to share for you if you want. But just let me know. We can keep the conversation going in the chat box, or we can keep it going in my email, or we can just have new ideas for new things, new topics to talk about for next time. Keep the conversation going, and we will talk next time. Bye.